We're ready to come into our core activation practice through floating Buddha. I'm starting back to back so you can see me when we're upside down. So I'm going to come into my floating Buddha and then Star Namaste Ladle. Hi, we're back. And then I'm going to, from here, while I'm in ladle, I'm going to keep holding on to my swing. I'm going to practice adjusting my leg loops so they're at the arches of the feet for rowing. Rowing is the best core activation to do from our floating Buddha. Okay, yeah, so we push, keep the leg loops bunched up, and just push them down to the arches of the feet. And now from here, it's a very specific movement. Now my hands are holding on, but they're not doing a whole lot. I'm going to practice letting them slide up and down, okay? So it looks like this. I'm going to pull my knees up towards the sky, towards my chest as I crunch, and then I'm going to inhale and expand. Exhale, squeeze. I keep my arms straight the whole time, slide up and down. Inhale, expand, stretch and open up the spine, create space, and then exhale, create strength and engagement around that space. So we inhale, expand, exhale, squeeze. So knees towards the chest, not leading with the head, you're leading with the head. So find the heart. So every person that I work with is making this adjustment in the body where we're letting the heart lead the way. The head stays in line with the spine. So heart first in all the poses. So you don't leave your head back behind you. So make sure both the front and the back of the neck are long. Okay? And so when we come up, our gaze is up the whole time. Okay? But the neck stays long, both the front and back of the neck. So if you do 50 of these a day, they're actually really challenging and really good. So yeah, try a couple more of those. That's it. That's it. Doesn't that feel different? Mm-hmm. There's a more core activation and more core engagement when we're lifting with our heart. And instead of pulling with our arms or pulling with our head, we're really letting the entire torso come online. So when I say core, I'm not just talking about the stomach. I'm actually talking about the entire torso being able to stay in one strong pillar of energy. Okay, so from here we open up the belly, and then when we crunch, we pull the knees towards the sky. We're balancing, so we could do this without our hands too. I've been doing a lot more of the core activations without using the hands in my advanced practice. But for now, we're using these as our helpers, just to keep the alignment. We don't want to strain and lose the alignment. Okay, great. From there, we're going to bring the legs wide and around. Practice keeping weight in the legs as you change planes and see what that feels like. Good. And then make sure the swing's in a sweet spot. So maybe you have to give a little hop or lift because it's going to be locked in once you're there. And once we're upside down, we're going to grab for the leg loops in our hands. Okay, once the leg loops are in our hands, we're going to come into our wide straddle again. So from our wide straddle, we grip the leg loops and bicep curl. And I'm going to go over this with excruciating detail, so just watch for the first one, and then I'll come and assist you. Most people are just yanking their head. Our head stays in line with the body, and my pelvis is going to rock. So I actually become flat with the earth when I come up, and then roll back down. So it's not this. See how my tailbone is staying pointed towards the sky, and I'm just lifting my head? That's not what we're doing. We're actually preparing to come into superfly. So we have to keep a straight spine and a straight torso. So we rock our tailbone from the sky to horizontal with the earth, level with the earth, and back down using our biceps to lift. Okay, so go ahead and try that a few times. We'll do that together. Let's do 10 if we can. So notice where the tailbone is, right? So when you pull up, tailbone is level with the earth, and the legs stay really tight in a L shape. So we don't lose the legs. That's it. So make sure your head is looking straight away. So straight would actually be towards the front of the room here, right? So don't look up with your gaze for this one. You are looking up, but it's that way. I was like towards the sky. But your gaze looking up would be this way then, right? Yes, that's it. You got it. Right? Isn't that different? Yeah. So when you are looking up at your task, like, oh man, like, do not confuse me. We just learned how to look up. So we're still looking up, but that's behind us. All right, we're having fun. Okay, and then we're going to balance. So we squeeze the legs together. We still use our hands for balance, and then we're going to scissor. Balance, scissor. So remember where your gaze is, right? Slightly back behind you. Balance, that's beautiful. And then scissor. Now the scissoring are the most difficult that we do. The balancing is difficult because we are getting our body level with the earth, and then we're scissoring. We're really allowing ourselves to come more into the splits. And instead of doing splits on the ground, when we do splits in the air, it requires a lot of agility. Yes, a lot of flexibility, strength, and agility in these poses. And then after our last one, we're just going to roll down to a sumo. Really good. Come on down to our seated position. And that's how we come in and out of all of our inversions, is through the scissor kick down to sumo. And we stay seated. Okay, great. So we're going to index the video there and show you a few more core activations, and we'll be right back with you. We'll go over those details again.